today. From Lumen Field in Seattle, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Las Vegas Raiders.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Las Vegas Raiders. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game, yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
two touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Man open, that's Henry Ruggs. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 7 catches, 95 yards, and a score.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
He's going to look deep down the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. And, Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well. But that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out. Finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them. And we've seen the results of that. This team knows how to work through things.
They run the jet sweep now for Tony. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Here's 2nd and 8. Caught here by Griffin. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. But he used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on. Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
On first down, Jeffries. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I go right at them with another momentum play. I go quickly and attack them, because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on 3rd down.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They run the counter. Jeffries. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A good pickup after the penalty, 12 yards, and it's 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack, and that makes things tougher here on 3rd and goal. Now back to throw. Steps away to his left. On now is the field goal team here as the Raiders will try for 3. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They will be led out by a 2nd-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the 1st down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second down and 8. Here's Locke. Buying time to his left. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Would have put him in the lead, but hold that thought.
Yeah, the celebration had to stop, didn't it? Because now you're on a real uptick. You're in the lead. Instead, you're still behind. Have to find a way to regroup.
Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. It's a big play there for Seattle. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
And that is incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just run a ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That's taken on the 25. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They're at the halfway point of the season, Charles, 8-0. What a great start. Clearly a Super Bowl contender, if not the outright favorite, through 2 months to win the whole thing.
Well, there aren't too many bad things you can say right now, because this team is playing pretty well. They've had a couple of injuries. That could plague them down the stretch. But if their intensity doesn't waver, I think the road to the Super Bowl is going to go through them in the playoffs. And if you're on their road, things could be bumpy for you.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Block off a play action. Rolling to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hodges. And they do finally get him at the 12. It's a big play there for Seattle. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Flushed out right. Over the middle, complete. It's Hodges. That catch good for only a couple.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive, 4 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that'll be caught by Tony. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. He'll drop to throw.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
They're going to look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. Oh, a nice spin. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come, we get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Gardner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
He finds his man, complete. That's Griffin. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Griffin. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 1. That's complete. It's Gordon. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Escaping the pressure right. The 20. And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2. A big play there just before halftime. We know he's got the arm, but watch out for those wheels.
Kind of harkens back to guys they used to call the scrambler and the dodger. This guy can make it work with his legs.
Field opened up. He took advantage.
He'll get this out wide to Singletary.
Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. 2nd and 4. This is caught. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, and those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. From there, we're off to check out another game, and they've got the lead over the visiting Denver Broncos. A couple of touchdowns there for Cam Akers. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And at this point, they trail the visiting Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. In the game you're watching, it's been Drew Lock with a strong first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Here's Tate to return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. DK Metcalf for the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. Creeping up on 1,000, could get there on this drive, so a challenge for him to do that, but also defensively maybe a challenge for them to not allow that.
And that means probably kicking even more coverages to his side. And what that really means is wherever he lines up, you will have a cornerback over in his area. Now, instead of blitzing your linebacker, drop him into coverage. Instead of the safety dropping into regular coverage, that safety moves into that area to try and discourage a quarterback from going to him. That means everyone else, win your routes. You've got an opportunity to catch passes now, too.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds. Or
touchdown! That's caught. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
They'll run on first down. Jeffries. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Looking to throw. Gets it to Gordon. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. And Defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Griffin. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Kadarius Toney with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Here's Tate to return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. We see Drew Lock in the offense coming back on. And we have seen him to this point with 4 touchdowns. We get a glance at his work. It's been good work.
Oh, it's been excellent work, and it's made so much better by our guys. Look at that montage of great plays that they put together. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, you speak it pretty well. But these guys, the pictures they put up,
very good, and he's got his team in the lead right now. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Steps away. He finds his man complete. That's Hodges. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. This one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now. On the move to his left. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And, it's incomplete. That would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Play action. Now it's Locke. He's going to let one fly for Tate. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. They fake the handoff. Now Locke out to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
But you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice.
And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep. He'll bring it out of the end zone. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Back to throw now on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Back to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other. They'll look to throw again. Throwing right, and that's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Here's Tony on the quick slant. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. They'll set up to throw. Throw to the right here to Gordon.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, Jeffries. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders get a score closer. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. And he'll be pulled down as a penalty flag will rein in as well, and that would appear to be a face mask. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And this is caught on the sideline. But no, they'll say out of bounds. He caught it, but was not in bounds. Incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10. Lock. Oh, Metcalf, what a catch. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Lock again. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And those numbers, they kind of tell the story of his game so far. Started off not so hot. Now he's really heated up.
And remember, he signed up for duty as the guy who leads the team, right? The field general, the signal caller. So when things go rocky early, he can't just exit out and ask someone else to pick things up. He's got to do it himself, and that's what he's done here in this game.
2nd and 5. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going?
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. Shifts by him, and a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. They'll look to throw now on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Griffin. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. One final shot. They'll look to throw. One last shot at the end zone. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Seahawks, the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.